Struggling with an outdated website? Did you try to DIY your website and it's not getting the traffic you had hoped? Need a stunning redesign, full site audit, and all the latest updates? Site Hype Designs has you covered. We're the wizards of web, crafting sleek, modern sites that can help get your business back on track. Right now, the first 10 listeners to email us with the subject Johnny Claus will score a complete site audit and exclusive consulting tips from our head wizard, Johnny Claus himself. So send him a message and see if you qualify. Don't wait, email John at sitehypedesigns.com with Johnny Claus in the subject line. That's John at sitehypedesigns.com. Hurry, only the first 10 get this magical deal. This is a holiday present for your business that can change how your customers find you. Site Hype Designs, where your website dreams come to life. Welcome to Around the House with Eric G., your go-to source for everything home improvement. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or just looking to make your space shine, Eric G is here to guide you through the latest tips, tricks, and trends. So grab your toolbox, put on your thinking cap, and let's get to work right here on Around the House with Eric G.
Welcome to the Around the House show, your trusted source for everything to do with your home. I'm Eric G. Thanks for joining me today. And today we are going to dive into our lifestyles, technology, everything that we're doing around that makes our life a little bit easier. I got Rigo from Comcast Xfinity. Brother, welcome to Around the House.
Oh, Eric, thank you so much for having me. Delighted to be here. We're coming up again on the holidays, and the timing just feels too perfect. So thank you for having me.
Man, I tell you what, you guys, in full disclosure for everybody out there, you guys have lent me a phone to use to play around with. And quite frankly, I'm impressed. I've been an AT&T customer my entire life, I think, since before it was Singular and AT&T and stuff. And yours works a little bit better. And that's being kind to my AT&T people over there. But I tell you what, there's a lot of advantages that I found going when I got them right next to each other. It don't lie.
Well, that's music to my ears and to all the folks here that work hard at Xfinity, because that's exactly what we love to hear from our customers, Eric. So glad to hear it. And no doubt there's a lot of great options out there, but we do believe in our product and that it's a differentiated product and that it's the best one out there.
Well, I think what's cool is you guys do such a great job of combining your massive network out there, as well as with the phone carrier coverage, because there's only so many towers out there across the U.S. You guys are on a brand's towers, but really how it seamlessly meshes with the basic online stuff that you see in the stores and the retail locations and even the houses in the neighborhood, you can have a lot better coverage just from that seamlessly working within each other.
That's exactly right, Eric. And if you don't mind, I'd love to share a little bit of what's happening behind the scenes there to make that work.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of what we call Wi-Fi offloading. And it's this process of shifting mobile data traffic that's on the cellular networks onto Wi-Fi connections. And what happens when we do this, it helps reduce congestion with the cellular networks, which gives customers such as yourself faster and more reliable connectivity, especially in areas where we have the strong Wi-Fi coverage.
Man, I tell you what, I was at a concert, and of course, concerts are horrible for trying to do anything on a connection over the top of I don't care what network you're on, it's overloaded. It's overloaded dozens of times a year. You're putting way too many people on a cell tower. It's just the Achilles heel of a system. But when you guys have a Wi-Fi spot there it can snag, changes the game. All of a sudden, oh, wow, I could actually live stream part of this concert if I wanted to, where there's not a chance that's going to work together on anybody's cell network in most cases.
Oh, you're spot on. And that hits close to home, or my old home, I should say. I lived in Pioneer Square, right near Lumen Field. And so lots of great concerts, right? And that's exactly what would happen to a lot of folks. And you can see them walking around trying to get signal, and it's gridlock. And so this is where our Xfinity Mobile Power Boost comes in. That's a unique feature that takes Wi-Fi offloading to the next level. And when you're on Power Boost, you're able to get 1 gigabit per second over Wi-Fi. So this means customers can enjoy the ultra-fast performance for streaming, gaming, or video calls, or just as you described it, when you're out there, you can actually stream it while everyone else could be struggling.
Yeah, and I caught myself because even though I am an Xfinity customer and I pay my bill, it's not like this is some paid segment here, but the thing is with me, my AT&T Apple phone does not work well because of the way AT&T has it set up to do that offloading right. It's always not working right. It's never jamming on the right stuff. You guys have got that engineered so it works well because those other guys don't. And I'll say that just as a customer, it's frustrating. There's times I have to go in and turn my Wi-Fi off and I'm trying to force it to work. Not with you guys. That phone just kept smoothly working through that. And it was impressive.
Yeah, seamless connectivity. That's what we're after when it comes to Power Boost. So whether you're at home or you're on the go, we want customers to stay connected through Xfinity's extensive Wi-Fi network. And that's exactly it. You shouldn't feel any kind of pain when it comes to this. It should be just like you're walking around. It should be no issue at all. Again, seamless is what we're after. And we're very happy to hear that that's exactly what it's been for you. I know other customers.
And I tell you what, I used to live in Seattle. Now I live down in Portland. But I tell you what, yeah, coming out of a Hawks game, trying to text pictures or a video to a buddy is not going to happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Right. You could, I can't tell you how many times just even walking around, not attending the game, but they're in Pioneer Square. And anytime you have just congestion or density of folks walking around, hanging around, you're going to feel that. And this is where the advantage comes in again, a Power Boost. And one of the data points I want to throw out there, we've done a lot of research and here's what the data tells us. 94% of the devices connect via Wi-Fi. So this is why it's so critical. It's too important to make sure, one, we have a great gateway and whole home coverage, but we also want to make sure we have that on the go. This is why we're going to continue to make investments in this space. I want to just throw out a fun fact. I know you're down in Portland. I don't have that number, but we have 100,000 free hotspots in Washington alone, and that number is growing daily.
Let's shoot back 10 years and we'll talk about your guys' network because I use it heavily. It's fascinating. And AI is going to be, again, as apps change. If you notice over the last few weeks, as you're using Google and Edge, all of a sudden they're really pushing do you want to search using our AI platform? And all of that stuff takes bandwidth. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. And it's gonna cost in the user experience personally if you don't. So it's more and more important. It's kind of like when I was a kid and we had AOL, right? You did all you could within the bandwidth. And otherwise it was just a really slow day.
Yeah. I remember those days. Yep. The dial-up AOL connection.
Oh my God. How patient were we?
Oh my. And then remember when it would kick you off like it felt like it was going smooth. And then all of a sudden you had to reset it and oh, man.
Yeah, somebody was calling on the phone and was trying to get a hold of my mom, and I was a kid, and we had the one phone line in the house, and you'd been tying up the phone. Well,
yeah, I'm with you. I was in that kind of home, too. We had one line, and there was always a little bit of shouting back and forth. You're tying up the line. I got a call coming in from grandma or from someone else, and
and here we are now with AI, and a lot of people are scared of it out there. And I always just say, when you're scared of something, play around with it a little bit so you understand it. You can really get some great information. Of course, it's not 100% truth. It's doing the best at finding stuff, but every month it's getting smarter and smarter, and it can save you. I was using it trying to find out history of my dad because he worked for the government and wasn't always clear exactly what his job was. And so I got into a conversation on my cell phone with Grok going back and forth. And sure enough, I found out more stuff about my dad that I'd never know. My family didn't even know, but that could dig deep. And that would have taken me days of research. And in 20 minutes, I had way more information than I had before. So there's some great uses for it out there. Of course, it's scary. It's just like when the internet was coming on, it's scary, but it's going to change and speed things up a bit for us too.
I completely agree with you. And I hear the same out there, the echoes around the uncertainty and the fear around it. But I think that's what comes with any new technology. I was having this conversation with my mother recently, and she, for the first time, started dabbling a little bit with it. And she's like, hey, but I just, is it safe? And will someone take this information? And I think we're in this learning stage, but I really talked to her about embracing the technology, learning through it. And we haven't even scratched the surface, right? And I'm no expert in this space, but I really love to tell people about embracing technology, because there's ultimately going to be, there's an opportunity that comes with it to grow from it. And what it reminds me of too is with all this new technology coming, the demand on bandwidth, on making sure we have the right amount of capacity, that's what we've been working on too, Eric, is we know there's companies out there that are making big investments to continue to build up their servers, but all this is capacity, right? And we have to continue to make investments there. We're in a great position today. We feel we're the leader in that space, but we also know what's ahead. We have to continue to make those investments.
Man, it's so funny. And I'll say this, and this is not just because you're here, like my mom's house, she's late 80s. And in her house, there is no, you guys aren't in her regional area. So another cable company comes in there. I walk into her house and, I just had the cable. They put a new box in, and I look at it and I'm like, I had this box with you guys like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And I'm like, it's that old remote, that old silver remote. Okay. That's new. It's shocking at how many other companies out there that are other competitors of yours that are just using that dirt slow old technology, and they're still throwing a Band-Aid on it and kicking it out the door, where you guys every couple of years have the latest, newest, greatest stuff that's fast.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. It breaks my heart when I see that box you just described with the old silver remote. At one time, it was great, right? When it was back 10 years, it was the newest and the latest and the greatest, but we've come such a long way when it comes to equipment, especially tied to entertainment or Wi-Fi. And I see that on the internet side as well, by the way. In my travels, I have family throughout the country, and in some of the areas where we don't service, I have family out in Texas, and there's a good part of Texas we don't service. They're in the Dallas metro. They have some equipment that's just so dated. They're not even on Wi-Fi 6, right? So they're on our old DOCSIS legacy equipment. And it just breaks my heart, because the technology we're so further ahead. But some companies out there, I won't call out any specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here to bash people, but it's a fair comparison. Like in Canon Beats, same thing. Not close. It is dirt slow.
Yeah, exactly. And so we can't do that to our customers. Our customers expect the latest and greatest. We have to make those investments. We know that it's quite an investment, but it's the right thing to do, because that's what customers are looking for. They want to make sure they have what's the newest, and we have to keep up with that.
Yeah, when your data speeds haven't changed in a decade, you might be slightly behind the curve. And I'm just going to say that to the other people out there. That you might be slightly, it's like somebody going, hey, thanks for signing up with us. Here's your brand new iPhone 4. Enjoy it.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things we started to do, we start to send these emails out to our customers. For any of our existing customers out there and any of your subscribers, they probably have received this, where we send you a report card essentially on your network, on how it's working. We send you updates on when we upgrade your speeds at no additional cost through the investments. That's what you should expect. You should, if you're on the tier point, if you haven't had an upgrade or a speed in 10 years, we should be asking why. Why are we not making enhancements or investments? We feel we still have an opportunity to even do more of that, which we will. But it's so important to continue to make those investments there as well.
Yeah, and guys out there, if you are Comcast Xfinity customers, and I'll tell you this, and sorry to give away a bunch of your boxes, but if you've got equipment that's 4 or 5 years old in there, head down to your local Xfinity store and get it upgraded, because you're missing out on the latest and greatest. So make sure you've got upgraded equipment, because I tell you what, it's a game-changing difference when you get into that stuff where you're quad view and some of this other stuff that you can watch for your favorite football games on Sunday or whatever you're doing.
You're spot on, Eric. We've started some trials of proactively reaching out to our customers and encouraging exactly what you just said, is to bring in their equipment into their local Xfinity store. We have great teammates there ready to take care of you, walk you through the whole process, and ensure that you walk out of there and set up a box seamlessly. So when you get home, it's ready to go. But we want you all to bring in your old equipment to get the latest and greatest.
I tell you what, not having to run coax cable and having those Wi-Fi TV boxes, I haven't had to use my cutter set in a long time because I don't have to worry about sitting there making custom cables and doing my own install, which I can do. But it's like nice to be able to just plug it and go, yeah, that'll fit right there. I don't have to run cable under the crawl space and out.
Oh, I remember those days. I've moved around quite a bit in the company. I won't bore you through my journey, but I spent a couple of years in technical operations, and not an easy thing. So I'm right with you, Eric. So excited about the enhancements there. I still remember putting on the ends. Doesn't surprise me that you figured out a way to do that very effectively. I just want a little bit of your background, but yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah, it's nice. And again, we were starting out talking about phones, but this is all that background base stuff that makes that so reliable that it just really helps. And boy, it's sure nice not having to look around in a restaurant and go, what's the Wi-Fi in here? What's going on? Trying to figure out the passcodes, what works.
Yeah, if you're on Xfinity Mobile, you'll never have to worry about that. Forget about that. It's not even going to be on your mind ever again.
That is awesome. Rigo, is there anything we didn't talk about today about what we've been talking about here with technology, phones, and it's that time of the year, so maybe this would be a great switchover for family. Throw that new phone in the stocking stuffer and get everybody upgraded, especially if you got somebody in the house that's maybe not as technology savvy and they need the upgrade and they've been fighting it. You can use this as your excuse to get them that new phone.
That's exactly right, Eric. I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on our Black Friday deal. And especially for the audience here, I've been with the organization, with the company here 21 years. So I've seen a lot here in my time. And we have this upcoming Black Friday, the best deal we've ever had. Eric, I went back to the archives and you have my word. This is the best deal ever. What's on the deal is this. The iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in for premium unlimited customers. You can save over $1,000 in the first year when you switch from a major carrier. We know those big three out there that ask for top dollar. And when you combine the switch from them with this Black Friday deal, the savings can exceed over $2,000. So this deal right now is active as of now. We come in a little earlier than the actual Black Friday, and it's going to run through December 2nd because we know we have some procrastinators out there, or they're busy, they're with family, and that's okay. Enjoy that time, but we'll run it through the 2nd, and that's going to be on phones, tablets, and even the smartwatch. So if you don't have a smartwatch, Eric, now's a good time to do it.
Man, I love it. Mine's a little old, so about halfway through the day now, it's doing that. It's paid for. So halfway through the day, it's going, you could charge me.
I'm in the same boat.
Oh, yeah, it's a creature of habit. It's charged all night. But again, smartwatch is another one of those health things that's really smart. And I wanted to get a smartwatch because if I fell in for the safety, some of these things in the safety, from heart monitoring to exercise to how much you're moving to fall safety. If you fall and don't react, it can actually call your emergency contact. Again, safety stuff's key for me.
I love that you call that out, because think about what's also changing in the health space, right? Oura rings are out there, watches, and you name it. That's so important to us, and that's what technology offers. And by the way, that all ties to what? Connectivity. Right. And so it goes back again, health data, all of that. You want it to be protected. We feel we're again in a great position now, and we're making investments to be in the same great position in the future for all of our customers.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. And yeah, I mean, that smart space is just getting started, and you might as well get prepared for it. Black Friday, it might be time for me to switch over. Now you got me thinking that's a pretty good deal because my phone's almost paid for. I'm like, okay. Might be the time to do it.
Please consider it, because we have some great deals with what we call the tips, where you get an extra payout during this period because of the deal on top of what you would have received under the normal window or of time throughout the year.
Yeah.
So if there was any time and you've been thinking about it, pop on into one of our Xfinity stores. And that's why we keep opening those up, because our customers love them. And these are mobile experts that are going to make it easy for you to upgrade your phone or switch from the other carriers.
And I tell you what, guys, no reason to jump on a 1-800 number, call you guys up when you can just walk in and deal with somebody face to face and they handle it. To me, I'm old school like that. I'd much rather just walk in and have a smiley face, deal with it with me and work through it and leave with whatever I need versus the other way around. So for me, that's the best way. Those stores are awesome.
Yeah, and that's my style too, Eric. We know, folks can certainly go on to Xfinity.com or call 1-800-XFINITY, but I'm a little what I would describe as old school myself, and I like to walk in, lay down on the table, and let the experts do the work. That's what they're trained for, while you can sit back and relax, watch a game or whatever we have on the TV that you want to watch, and we'll take care of you.
That's awesome. Rigo, thanks for coming on today, brother. I really appreciate it. And guys, there's the hot breaking news there with that sale. That's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric, again, for having me. You're doing such a great job here, and just appreciate you giving us some time.
No problem, brother. I appreciate it. I'm Eric G, and you've been listening to Around the House.
Make sure to follow us on social media. Just head to aroundthehouseonline.com for all the links. Make sure you check out our new YouTube channel. Just type in at Around the House with Eric G and click subscribe and ring the bell for updates. We will see you next time.
Lovers, we're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Hey, I'm producer Jim from Around the House with Eric G. I work with Eric every day, so trust me when I say he's got the best home improvement tips on YouTube. He'll teach you how to fix your house, save money, and avoid those oops moments, like the time he almost glued himself to a countertop. Seriously, if you own a home, or just like watching a guy who might set off the smoke detector, you need to subscribe to at Around the House Eric G. Because if Eric's not helping you, I guarantee he's breaking something, and you don't want to miss that. You won't be disappointed.